All right, and here we go. As the revs go up for Moto 1, who's it going to be? And the gate's down. Jesse with a good drive up the inside, but he did have a little bit of a lift, so he had to back it down a little bit. And it is Chubbs grabbing that hole shot. Oh, wait, does he even credit hole shot yet? Oh, you know what? I haven't updated this UI. Oops. But it's Chubbs out front, Evo in second, Hinks in third, Jesse in fourth, and lagging around out the top five so far in this one. Oh, and it looks like I believe that was Evo going down out of the top five, and then Hinks going down as well. We're gonna see if we can go on down to the track cams now. Yeah, there we go. But it is Chubbs, like I said, grabbing that whole shot and trying to pull away early, taking full advantage of that. But Jesse, our fastest qualifier, making a little bit of mistakes in that first corner, coming out still in the top five though, and already in the second, trying to come after him if he can.
First and second already starting to pull a pretty good gap there from Tyrone in third.
Yeah, speaking of which, where is Neff and Blake? Blake in 13th and Neff in 16th, the two that are in the title fight here. Neff needs to do whatever he can to place better than Blake if he wants to close in on that championship.
Jesse's starting to reel in Chubbs as Chubbs made a mistake there. So he's really closing in for first.
Here he comes. We might have an interesting battle on our hands in no time. Yeah, and there he is. He's there. Taking a different line, going to the outside, trying to carry the momentum, but it did not quite pay off. Actually losing a little bit of ground there. Oh, did I see Jesse make a mistake there? Am I crazy? No, okay, he's still there.
Yeah, he's still right on him. He's not letting him get away here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to worry about any of the other racing right now. We got the heat up front.
Yeah, I mean, they are starting to really gap third right now, so they are really pushing the pace so far.
Yeah, I actually think Colin is new, unless he changed his name. I don't remember seeing him before, so welcome to the series. Another Charge Cycle Works making their appearance here. Charge Cycle Works rider.
Little mistake on that jump up by Jesse there. Going to lose a little bit of time, but he's still there putting on pressure.
Yeah, he's even with his little mistakes, I'm sure he's hoping for a mistake out of Chubbs to make life easy. But I don't know if Chubbs... Ooh, I was about to say I don't know if Chubbs going to get it to him, but that was a gnarly swap there. Yeah, he got just barely held on to that there.
Jesse really starting to put on that pressure, trying to make an early pass so that he can find his way into the lead early on.
Oh, and he made a mistake in that corner there, losing a bunch of ground.
Oh, and again, I mean, now he goes down.
Oh, and Jesse's down, so now Chubbs has some pushing out front. With that being said, we'll look further back in the field, see if we can find some battles. While we go to our little battle box and first place cam, so we can keep track if that heats up there. Give Chubbs the camera time he's due. Neff in, yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I was just saying that he was back behind Blake earlier, but now he's all the way up to 6th. So he's doing what he needs to do as Blake has dropped back to 18th.
Neff pushing Tyrone out of the rut there to take that position from him. That's going to move him up.
Neff is moving.
And he's He's got Rye Guy right on his tail. He's not giving him any breathing room.
Chubbs, man.
Yeah, dude, Chubbs. And when he gets that start, he usually takes it wire to wire. We've haven't had many races where he's pulled the whole shot and didn't hold on to it.
Well, there's
But-
15 minutes left, so.
But Jesse was looking like he was gonna change that. Yeah, I was saying Jesse was definitely looking like he was gonna change that, but not so much right now. But there's still a lot of racing left, like you said. So anything can still happen as Neff and Rye Guy both close in on G-Rob here. And Neff makes the move right up the inside, and Rye Guy goes down.
Yep, couldn't get over that out of that corner safely.
That puts Neff
Neff
up to
looking
fourth.
to put in
Yeah, he's got a
Neff
lot
looking to
of ground.
charge forward now. Yep.
A lot of ground to cover to third.
Looks like Blake is finally starting to move himself forward. He's up to 13th now, trying to keep that damage control.
Yep, definitely looks like that's what's this round is gonna be for him, unless it was just he's having trouble in the back. I guess we'll know if he gets a start in Moto 2. But definitely looks like, from what I've seen so far, it looks like Neff has the advantage with speed tonight, but he just could have had better luck getting through. Didn't look at qualifying times to actually confirm that. That's actually a good reference. Have a look at that. Yeah, Neff qualified 7. Oh no, Blake had a faster lap. Blake had him by about half a second, a little over half a second in qualifying. So Blake just must be struggling with some people back there. See if he can find his way through.
Looks like we got a little battle building here for 6th place, 5th and 6th place here.
I remember a little mistake going to the left of that tough block. Oh, Tyrone doing a 360 over the table.
And it looks like we've got some odd cuts coming here because, well, as you see Ryan goes down, it's got him showing in 12th place, even though he's up here with these guys.
Yeah, something tells me that he's had some fun off-track excursions. Not saying that he cut, just saying like something tells me he ended up way off the track in a few times.
And right now we've got a pretty good three-way battle brewing right here. Tyrone, Rye Guy, and Lagan all right next to each other.
Yeah, nice to see Lagan out here tonight, having a strong ride. He hasn't always been available for these Tuesday night races, but making a showing tonight.
Oh, Tyrone with a mistake over that sweeping corner there is going to give Rye Guy the position.
Honestly, crazy to think like how much further back Rye Guy is now, when it seems like he was just hanging with Neff not too long ago.
That goes to show just how much one mistake can cost you. And just as I'm saying that,
Oh, and
Tyrone goes down, taking out Lagan.
Collects Lagan with him. So let's see. Let's look back at Rye Guy, because there was somebody that came through behind him. Ryan, that's who came through behind him. Ryan trying to get after Rye Guy. How bad are those cuts?
It's looking like he's got about 12 seconds, about 10 to 12 seconds of cuts on him.
Let's see. Ryan. Yeah, 13 seconds of cuts. How did you get 13 seconds of cuts? Something happened.
And he endos over that table there and goes way off the track. That could be a reason for cuts like that.
Yeah, which is what I was thinking earlier, but you know, having 13 this, like, only halfway through just makes me a little concerned. That's all. Obviously, if anybody has any information on if anything really bad happened, let us know. Submit a protest because we didn't see it.
And something I noticed out of the corner of my eye while we were talking earlier, looks like we had one of our first retirements, G-Rob, backed out, and he was running top 3 at one point.
Oh, poor G-Rob. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely had some great races this season in general. He should be pretty high up there in the points, I think. I want to say like 3rd or 4th. And has had a few podiums this season, so it's nice to see him back out of this race, but it just wasn't going his way, I guess.
It does look like we had a change in the top 3. Jesse falling to 3rd to Colin.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I said, it looked like he was really going to give Chubbs a run in this thing, and then now he's 17 seconds back in 3rd. Just couldn't maintain that pace he was doing right behind him, apparently.
Looking at this, looks like Blake is having himself a pretty quality ride after a horrible start. He's found himself up to 8th and is not far off the pace for getting up into the close to the top 5.
And Blake just doing Blake things. One of the reasons why he is our points leader is even when he has these bad motos, he usually finds himself up into the top 5 at least, sometimes even to the top 3. So just Blake doing Blake things he's been doing all season. Not insanely a surprise, just wasn't sure if this one was going to be different.
He's definitely looking to put his final stamp on the series. He's got Tyrone just ahead of him, and just up out of the corner of his view, he's able to see Lagging.
Just realized that we don't got like shit for viewers. Where'd all the people at?
Man, Chubbs is doing well this moto.
Yeah, he found himself in the lead early, and he hasn't looked back once. The 13-second gap over Colin there, with about 7 minutes left. Looks like we got a little 3-way battle brewing for 7th place here. Tyrone, Blake, and Rico, with Ryan actually behind them trying to catch back up to their pace.
Blake, like we were saying, he's just on the move going forward. Oh, how did he save that? I thought I would have swore he was dead.
I think those tough blocks might have helped him out there a little bit.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it looked like he was about to go by Tyrone and just try and run the next guy down, but now he's got to try and find his way around 2 guys side by side in front of him. Oh, getting into the back of Tyrone, going down, and then Ryan getting in the back of him, and then all 3 of them going down, and Blake down again. Oh, not good for Blake right now.
Man. No, all that work, he just watched all that work of the last 15 minutes of this moto just go right down the drain, and got to pick himself back up and try to get a couple of those positions back for the championship points.
And Willie, I didn't even realize, I didn't think to check and see where he was earlier. 2nd place last week, and one of our fastest qualifiers tonight. Must have been having a rough go early in this one, because he finds himself sitting in 9th. Actually just made the pass by Tyrone in 8th. Tyrone was down and getting back going. Definitely one of the guys with a lot of speed, making his debut for the series last week.
looks like, looking at timing and scoring, it looks like Neff is eating away at his gap between him and Jesse. So he's looking to push that points lead a little bit, or to push those points a little bit harder on Blake, who's having a little bit of a tougher moto.
He needs all the help he can get if he wants to take this thing down to the wire for our final round next week. So what was the gap coming in? It's like, I think it was like, I don't know, 15 points or something like that. Something around that realm. Could be wrong. Maybe it could be 20 something for all I know. I just know that it's not insanely far.
And then this will definitely help his cause with the first moto going this way. So if Neff can hold off up that way, he's going to close that gap a good amount.
17 points between them. And remember, we have a bigger point system over here in the MXBGP series, so it's 100 points for a win.
So that fourth compared to Blake's 8 right now is going to be a pretty significant difference.
Yep, instead of it being like already starting to go to a 1 point change, it stays at a 2 a little bit longer. So I think that all those positions are 2 points instead of 1, like it would be in a normal traditional.
Blake just put a statement pass down on Tyrone and Rico, and has already put in a good solid gap on him.
Wow. Well, he finally got to do what he was already trying to do originally before everything came undone, starting with that mistake at the finish line. So, good recovery, back up to where he was trying to be, and see if he can go catch Willie and the rest of those guys, see if he can put himself up into the top 5. I want to say that Neff is out of reach now.
Yeah, at this point, we only got about 2.5 minutes left on the clock.
Probably be 6th, but I won't say that 5th is out of the question with Blake.
Well, Willie just went down. That's going to close that gap up heavily right there. Willie coming out of that corner right there, going into that little wall jump, just went completely off the track.
You're definitely not going to want to do that. Oh no!
Blake going down in that corner there.
So you know how we had some retirings. Fish number 2 was not by choice. His power went out.
Oh, that you never want to see that when it's completely out of your control. How unfortunate. And Blake, a big mistake jumping into out of that little sharp corner onto the start straight, goes down again. He's going to lose another couple of positions and finding himself falling backwards again.
Well, hopefully you can, Fish, but if not, sucks, man. But thank you for at least coming out, of course, as always. You're just gonna call it right there, not gonna hope that you get back? Reed. Oh man, much love, brother. I don't know if you have the stream chat up, but he said, I'm always gonna come out best series there is.
Heck yeah, it's a wonderful shout out. And here we go. We got Blake looking to get by Rico again.
This guy too much. What am I doing? Alright. Oh! Ooh, it's getting really gnarly in that drop down section there. Moto 2 is going to be interesting.
Yeah. As this deform kicks in, we're going to probably start seeing a lot more mistakes out of these guys as they try to push it.
That jump right there is Blake's kryptonite, apparently. That's the second time I've been watching him to see him make that same mistake in the last few minutes. First time
Yeah,
was
and
nowhere
as we're
near as
coming
bad.
Yeah. And as we're coming to the end of this race, those mistakes are just going to keep mounting on him. As now Tyrone's back on the back wheel of Blake.
Oh, it makes another mistake, goes down.
Yeah, this moto is definitely not helping out his championship aspirations.
Oh, we have a lap time request. Let's have a look. I don't know what Chubbs is running. He has his best lap is a 132 flat on lap 3, and his last time around it was a 134.2. So has not dropped insane pace all that much either. Yeah, he really is ripping. Pretty sure our fastest qualifier was a 29, which is nuts. It looks like everybody in our top 6 to 7 is separated out. I guess the closest people on track are Broken and Rico right now in the top 10. And it would be Tyrone and Blake, I believe, if timing and scoring is correct.
Yeah.
Looks like Blake isn't as close as timing and scoring says. But hey, man, it's okay, Reed. You may not be able to race this one, but motocross season's right around the corner. You got your notifications on now, so you won't be missing any of those pro races for the MX season.
And there was a change up front. Neff did get into that 3rd spot, so he's looking at a podium here for Moto 1.
Oh, wow, I actually didn't even notice that. It's almost a 10-second difference. I had to have been like that for a minute.
Yeah, that or Jesse ran into some issues and went down.
Same exact as Supercross. We'll have both.
We are on the last lap.
Oh, yes, we are. So we're gonna focus up on our leader as we follow him around for this final time. As he's like already getting close to the end of the lap, I think, actually. Yeah. Well, in the lappers here. Yeah, don't forget that.
A couple more corners to go for Moto 1 Chubbs taking in the win here.
Well, you got your notifications now, so you'll have all the reminders. If you miss it after that, that's all on you.
And there we go. Chubbs crossing the finish line. That's an absolute dominating Moto 1.
Absolutely. We're going to take a look at Colin. See if he can hold on for the second as he just went down. Don't want to lose too much time here on this last lap. Wait, is he checking up? Oh, he's just celebrating. I hope he doesn't realize is he waiting? He might be waiting for somebody for points. He let Neff by for points.
Now that
There's definitely some friends working together there.
Yeah, if I'm Blake, I'm not too happy if I find that just happened.
Yeah, because
Especially
we can't
after
say
the moto
team
he
orders.
had.
They're not on the same team. Just friends, apparently. But Jesse getting the 4th. All right, and then it was Rye Guy coming across in 5th, Willie in 6th. But the next guy coming across is gonna be lagging in 7th once he gets there.
Looks like we got Rico and Tyrone really close, battling it out all the way to the finish line here.
Looks like Blake's gonna settle for wait, no, he's gonna actually get 10th because the Tyrant's cuts. And that's gonna do it for Moto 1.